Paul really didn't want women to speak. He brings it up in his writings. 1 Timothy 2:12, "But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to overthrow authority over man, but to be in silence." He also writes 1 Corinthians 14:34-35, "As in all the churches of the saints, the women should keep silent in the churches, for they are not permitted to speak, but should be in submission, as the law also says. And if they desire to learn anything, let them ask their own husbands at home, for it is improper for a woman to speak in church." This, as you can imagine, has become controversial over the years. So here I was on the hunt to see if there is any more to the passage. When researching, I found that in the same chapter Paul writes, 1 Corinthians 11:5, which indicates that women are praying and prophesying in the church. Paul doesn't turn down their praying and prophesying. On the contrary, he gives them instructions to pray just with proper headwear. In the chapter, it is important to note that Paul was writing about talking over others while preaching in church. So when he brings up women not talking, he's addressing it to everyone to not talk over whomever is preaching at the time. Romans chapter 16, Paul is writing thanks to all his fellow followers. Amongst these are 2 women. He says that he met them while he was in prison with them. When there, they became followers of Christ. Paul gives thanks to Phoebe, saying she is a deacon of her church, that if she had any questions or needs, that they should be attended to her. This is just a further example of how Paul was okay with women preaching, just not talking over others who could be preaching at the time. In Philippians, he starts off saying his encouragement of preaching. Philippians 4:2 says, "I exhort Euodia and Syntychia to be of the same mind in the Lord." Exhort means to strongly encourage. Paul strongly encourages these 2 women to be in the same mindset in the Lord when preaching or sharing God's word. He strongly encourages female preaching. In the end, Paul was okay with women preaching, in fact encouraged it, as long as they weren't talking over others and were wearing proper headwear. So you keep preaching and sharing God's word, and stay blessed.